Guys, good afternoon. Today is the 2nd of August 2021. Today I'll be taking two things to Alagbole area of Lagos here, that is Ojoduba axis. So what I'll be taking today is that I'll be taking some seashells, which you are seeing. Why? The purpose that makes me to recommend the seashell to the client is that sometimes she noticed that maybe the fishes are not really okay. Maybe the water parameters are not okay. That means the pH side of it are not parametrically okay. So you can use it too as well. Despite that, if because there are a lot of advantages. This is a natural way of buffering your pH level. That means regulating your pH level. And there are many ways you can use it in order to control your water. You can use it as a means. That means as other materials in order. That means inside your water treatment plant in order to treat your water. And you can use it directly into your hatchery. You can use it into your storage tank. So what this does is that this does very great, I think, key important issues for you in your cartridge business. One, it reduces your water from, that means the pH of your water from maybe 5 to 3 that you may have, it will take it to 7. That means if you know how to correct it, and it takes it to alkaline. But you want it to go to alkaline, you stop when it is 7. And as we all know that if your water parameters changes to 7 and the fishes are inside, automatically if the water stays over for like another 5 to 6 hours, it will be entering alkaline. So this one treats the pH of your, that means the potential hydrogen of your water. It corrects it. It corrects the GH of your water, that is the acidity, the hardiness of your water. It corrects it, and it corrects the KH of your water too as well. It adds calcium into your water so that this gives your fishes strength. These are one of the great advantage that I love using the natural source of treating my water. You may not really get it. You may not know the advantages. You may not really think it is important for you to get all this right. But to me, it is very, very essential to make sure that you go through all the best practice so that you can make sure that you have done your best. So this is going to Alaja at Alagbole. So I'm taking it there. It's taking there. My boss will take it there because I'm very, very busy. So it will be taken there. So this, we are doing the measuring now. Again, another thing that is going there, I will show it to you now. So let me just finish the measuring of this one. So in case this can be in your pond, and you can use it for a very long time. A lot of people do have the solid one, and the solid one, they put it into their storage tank in order to correct the water level. But this, you may not put this into your storage tank. You may put this directly into the required tanks so that it can be effective and be working. Another great thing I'm introducing today, this one too is going to her today. This is what we call, as you can see this is what we call the Azzola plants. The Azzola plant, I said once again, are floating leaves. They are floating leaves, which they are floating plants on river, but it has a segregated area that this can really produce and can be cultured. So Azzola is very, very rich in protein. It has it ranges from 39 to like 43% crude protein. You can see that it's highly rich in protein. And the duckweed is inclusive. This is what we call the duckweed. This is the duckweed, and this is the Azzola. So identifying it is very, very simple. This is you can see the way this is duckweed, and the Azzola can be identified through by the side of the leaf. You can see some white patches by the side of the leaf. So that is the Azzola plant, and a pre-mixture with the duckweed. So I'm taking this again with the seashell, so that this can be cultured. So there's a way you can culture this. I'm going to tell you a simple way to culture this. If you are using an netting pond, you can culture it in a netting pond. By the time you place it in a netting pond, because water do revolves in a netting pond and the fertilization do take place in netting pond, so automatically if it is a little bit stagnant, it will reculture. But if you are running it in a surface pond are concrete, your tarpaulin pond, your plastic pond, your fiber glass and co, in any kind of measure you are using to culture. So what you do is that by the time you want to culture this, by this time this Azzola or duckweed is coming to you, make sure that you get chicken drops, put it at the base of the pond as a means of fertilization. So now you put this duckweed or Azzola plant on it. So leave it there and it will be reculturing. So the means of reculturing means you want to be using it to be feeding your fish as a supplementary feed. Because it recultures, so the cost of you having this now will reduce. I'm just giving an example. Maybe you have this now for, let me say, 100,000 naira. I'm just saying it. So maybe you have it for 100,000 naira. You put it, by the time it recultures, that means it started reducing your 100,000 to 80,000, 70,000, 60,000, and to zero. Since you have been using it and it's free of charge. So using it, what I mean by free of charge is that it recultures, that means it regrows, it multiplies, so that you can be giving to your fish free of charge. And if you are giving to your fish, that means it's telling you are giving an additional feed of not less than 39 to 43% of crude protein to your fishes free of charge. Once again, I mean you are giving to your fishes free of charge. And I know that if you want to make a concentrate of not less than 40% now at present, that means you're going around to make a food formulation, that means food concentrate, for 40%, you'll be spending nothing less than 550 naira to 600 naira per kilo. So if you can achieve this free of charge and can give you relatively the same CP free of charge, you know your cost of running your farm is being reduced. So that is the way, a measure of reducing your cost of running your business. And again, this is highly rich in lysine, mentholin. The additives are natural additives which are very, very good, and even though the acid, that means the acid in it that makes your fishes grow too as well, is there a lot of acid in it. We have the ammonia acid is there. Talk about other acids that buffer the growth of your fishes, they are inclusive. So these are supplementary diet too for your fishes to eat. So in here you can see I'm having a full bag, so I'm sending a full bag today to her too as well. So this is going to mixture with the seashell. So in case you need any of these, you can contact me. And wait, hold on. By the time you are looking at this, by the time you spread it into your reculturing incubator, it multiplies. So it becomes very, very plenty. So by the time you leave this kind of plant into your reculturing incubator, let me say this is 5 kilo or 10 kilo, I don't know. So by the time you put it inside the tank for maybe some weeks, this can turn to 30, 40, 50 kilo. And if you leave it 100, 200, 1 ton. So that is what you can get here. So this will be going with this to
a few moments later.